almost 80% of postcodes in London are actually failing to reflect the capital's diverse communities. Well, that's according to a new diversity map by The Challenge. The Challenge are a charity and they work on achieving social integration. Researchers scored every London postcode on how similar it is to the city's overall mix of ethnicity, language, age and educational background. Tooting Bec Common is one of the most diverse areas in London. Bromley is one of the least. Well, Paul Hocker is the director of London Play. London Play contributed to this report, and Paul joins me now. Morning, Paul. Hello, Paul. No, Paul. OK, we'll try and get him up in a moment. But I asked the question, 0207 224 2000. How diverse is your area? Paul, are you there?
Yeah, sorry.
That's
I don't know what happened.
Well, I gave
Early
you such a big build-up. But anyway, hello you.
I'm here now.
So let's talk about these postcodes. First of all, how did the challenge actually work out which roads were the most diverse or not? What did they put in place?
I'm not sure exactly how the challenge did that myself. I'm sorry to not be able to give you that answer. But our contribution to this project was to come at it from a children's perspective, to come at it from a play perspective. So we delivered to them how London Play, our charity, was delivering social integration through play streets and our new project Play Quarters. Having read the report, it's pretty authentic, the stuff they've come up with. So I think they've done a good job in gathering that data.
So what do you think can be done to make London postcodes more diverse? Or is this just far too deliberate? Don't people choose to live where they live?
Well, I don't know. Do they? I mean, if you're on a low income, your choices are pretty much narrow. Chelsea and Kensington are not going to be open for you. So I think there is an issue in terms of where affordable housing is in London.
So if we are building more affordable housing, is the idea that we would then build it in places where we would make up a wonderful ethnic melting pot then?
Yeah, I was watching a documentary the other day on the BBC about Brooklyn, and that's become gentrified. And the people that have been living there for years were being priced out of the area. And the local authority in Brooklyn had created some affordable housing and made it available to people on low incomes. And therefore, they were able to keep within that community, a more diversity. It wasn't just the young hipsters. I think London needs to have a similar kind of policy around housing, to have affordable housing available, based, means tested on what your income is. Otherwise, we are just going to end up with a kind of Monte Carlo type of London. Mm-hmm. And everybody that's working in the service industries is living in the peripheries and travelling in. And I don't think that makes for a good city. I think a stronger city is when people are rubbing shoulders with each other from different backgrounds. And if you look at a borough like Islington, you have millionaires' houses living side by side with social housing, and on the whole, it works, I think, and people rub along with each other quite well. And I think the epitome of that, if you take Islington again, in that borough, there's around about 10 or 12 adventure playgrounds. Children from all backgrounds turn up and come and play. In the pursuit of play, there is no kind of boundaries. So you do get kids who go to private schools playing alongside kids that go to the local comprehensive, and that's where it begins, isn't it? It's in childhood that those prejudice don't get formed, because prejudices are taught, aren't they? Barriers.
Yeah, they are passed down, aren't they?
Yeah,
I don't think a child naturally has those in place at all. I think if somebody's cruel to you or mean to you, you soon build up your opinions. But until then, you're a blank slate, aren't you?
Yeah, well, we see it all the time on adventure playgrounds. When a child is mean to another child, it's the conflict is not about the differences between them. It's because that child's just, I don't know, taken their place on the swing or something. It's children are just interested in playing together. And I think adventure playgrounds, and there's about 80 of them across London, there needs to be more of them, so that children can mix and learn to adapt and appreciate other people's differences. Otherwise, you are just going to get these silos of different social groups within London. And I don't think that's healthy. I think people need to mix it up. And our work on play streets, which is what the report focuses on now, we pioneered play streets 5 years ago. If you look at London streets on the whole, they are pretty diverse places. Lots of people live next door to different types of people.
Yeah.
And if you can get them out on the street, out of their front doors, and talking to each other and having a barbecue, for example, together, or watching each other's kids play together on a play street, we know for a fact that that does bring social cohesion and people start getting to know each other. So
just for people who don't know about play streets, I mean, is this something that you can apply for a play street in your area? Or is it something that you all say, right, we'd like this in this particular area of Hackney or Brentford or, Wandsworth? How does it work?
Well, Nikki, what happens is people approach London Play for support,
right?
And we've worked really hard over the last 5 years to we'd go from 1 or 2 boroughs supporting play streets to now 2/3 of London boroughs, so about 24, 25 boroughs. Once the council set up to support it, they often have you take a council like Brent. They've got a little animation on their website explaining what a play street is, how to apply. And they make it really easy, and it's free. We've made sure it's free, that councils don't charge for it. A council like Camden's really good. They'll go around and put signage out for you. So it's councils that are geared up for it do a really good job. And if you take in the West of London, Hounslow, they've commissioned London Play. This is quite unique, in fact, to go beyond the middle-class streets and go into the harder-to-reach communities and support those communities to create play streets, which we have seen has brought about the most startling social cohesion. At one point, we were working on an estate in Hounslow where there was a residence group that was very much dominated by the local white population, and yet they were living in that community. I think it was Bangladeshi, a big Bangladeshi community, and never the twain met between the two. And it was a play street that brought them together because everyone turned up with a community picnic. The kids played with each other, and by the end of that 3 hours of community time on the street during the play street, new ties were formed, and now it's a much more integrated community.
Paul Hocker of London Play. And if you're interested in that, you can always find out more by heading to their website.